Had to eat some of that good Sam's pizza. You know Sam's Club? I don't know if y'all familiar with Sam's Club. If y'all even have Sam's Club where y'all are from, but Sam's Club has the best pizza. I'm serious. I'm so full from all the pizza right now. I feel like I'm gonna poop out an Italian guy. I'm just kidding. What's going on with this? Syrup in my horchata. Yeah. Syrup in my horchata. I take red in my raspa. Your big. Shout out SA Fools. Man, that's crazy. All that shit that's going on with Jay Prince, Cameron, and Mace. Like, bro, these some old fools. Like, these some old ass dudes getting mad at each other. Like, man, AARP having ass dudes yelling at each other. Like, bro, y'all sound like y'all doing Morse code when y'all piss. Like, stop it already, bro. These grown ass men fighting like on the internet, fighting like children. Grown ass men on the internet fighting like daggone children. We got Jay Prince about 90 years old. Mason Cameron pushing 60 years old. Like these guys are old, man. Like why y'all barking up? Like y'all are just barking at each other, man. Like little boys. Stop it, please. Stop it. I don't understand it, bro. Y'all both got stakes in the media. Why y'all tripping on each other like that? It's really not that serious. It's really not that serious. That answers a lot of shit right there for me. So go check out my videos right now on the video side of things. It's easy. It's easy. All you got to do is just go to the videos and literally click one of them and they'll lead to the next one and the next one and the next one and so on and so forth. I just dropped 2 new videos, one today and a country one today. Go check them out. Go stream those. Go let those be off in the algorithm and make some wondrous views magic, right? Tommy Temper, check out the videos. Let me check out your videos, fam. We're about to embark on a journey to Tiny Temper, Tommy Temper, Tommy Temper's videos. All right, all right, all right. Whoa, you got 7 point. Yeah, we got a lot of subscribers, buddy. Consider me a subscriber, fam. Sir. We're going to check out your content right now.
Navan, it's the business travel platform that's taking the world by storm. Their own flights and hotels. Everyone knows exactly what they can and can't expect.
Hey everyone, just thought I'd say hello. Just a quick little vertical video here. We're out at the lake. We're having so much fun out here, and it's a freaking heat wave. It's like 30 degrees Celsius. And man, I'm just so hot that it's just, wow. It's too hot to go live out here. Look I don't even have a shirt on, right? I'm not even presentable to be doing some kind of a live broadcast or whatever, YouTube channel, that kind of crap. So whatever, we're just doing this out here. But yeah, I always think about going live, but I'm watching a lot of guys out there watching DOA get swatted like 11 times. DOA, you know, you mess with Scientology, they'll mess with you. Like, you know, it's pretty obvious as to what's happening. Plus, on top of that, you've got all of the Scientology people that are trolls that are trolling you. So man, you've got everyone against you. And then of course you're live when you're rolling down the road. Everyone knows your location. Really easy to
Okay. Yeah. Give it up for Tiny Temper. Go subscribe to him. Go show him some love. Yeah, I just subscribed, man. Hell yeah. Bro, I appreciate that, man. Shout out to Tommy Temper. Y'all go subscribe. Here's his channel up here. Y'all go subscribe to this man. This man will give you some world views. This man has some dope content. And I'm saying dope because it's probably around my genre, around hip hop or my niche, so to speak, but it's still stuff that we need to know just because the content might not be recognizable to some. It still has some meaning to it, and go check it out. It's up here. Tommy Temper, everybody. He said he's actually sitting right now at a spot with no shirt right now. Like, it's freaking hot, man. I'm from San Antonio, Texas, man. I know exactly how hot it gets. I'm used to that heat, man. I'm like a damn walrus ready. I mean, I could just take my shirt off any damn where. San Antonio, man. Chicago rapper Little Reese arrested for alleged what?
Hello
and this content is brought to you by Miss Lowdown. You can go subscribe to Miss Lowdown. Go show her some love. All right. It's for educational purposes only.
Welcome to my channel. Please like, share, and subscribe if you like this video. And thank you all so much for watching. Thank you, thank you, thank you to my questions. He's accused of a grape in Los Angeles.
Oh no, man. I didn't really understand. Hey, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, so apparently Little Reese is arrested for I didn't really understand the title, but I read it. I saw grapes right there. So yeah, he's got arrested for a grape charge, if you know what I mean. Not good at all. You know, before God rest his soul, Takeoff, before Takeoff died, like maybe like a year before he had passed away, he was going through court troubles as well for one of these types of cases. And I believe it was like the same spot that this guy is getting accused of. So I think it has something to do with like it definitely needs to be we definitely need to put those accountable away, right? Or to justice. Exactly, but I'm just saying there's something about this city or this where this happened in LA. Everybody like knows what I'm saying. LA, where like it's like it happens every other day. Like I'm pretty sure it happens so much over there. Like that's crazy.
Where police took him into custody. They say he's in the county. Okay, y'all.
Little Reese is in the county, and I take what Miss Lowdown's saying is credible. She's a real creditable content creator. She just don't put out any other BS, and she actually she breaks it down in a way that you can definitely understand. So go subscribe to her, go show her some love. Always coming with the news, but there you go. If you're watching this live, you want to clip this, you want to just talk about how Little Reese was in trouble and got arrested for a grape charge in LA right now. He is being held in the county and he has a bond, but it hasn't been set yet. So we'll give you further information as it goes along. But shout out Miss Lowdown right there. You just got the lowdown right here on IMDex TV, man. We just crossing paths and connecting the dots. This is how we doing things. And yeah, this other man, this guy that was arrested from 1998. This is from 1998, mind you. Okay, and this is from San Antonio, Texas, where I'm from. This guy was literally held up a girl at gunpoint and SA'd the young girl. She was only 15. So right now they'll make her 41. It happened in 1998. And SAPD let everybody know, like, hey, just because it was old, there ain't no statute of limitations on child abuse. So know that anybody out there that has demons that are ready to come out, you should let them come out right now, because they are going to come get you, bro. And these are the ones that need to be held accountable. These nasty MFers, not these ones that are for drugs. I'm talking about the ones that are like, we should pay attention to all child abuse. Like, forget about drugs. Like the people with drug cases, I hate that, man. Free my boy Curse, man. Free my boy Curse. Everybody, free everybody on lock. Free my cousin Dan. Free everybody right now that is in lockdown. But yeah, this guy thought that he was going to get away with it, man. He's 50-something years old. It happened whenever he was like 29 when he committed this crime. So, and this was in 1998. So mind you, all this time, bro, 26 years later, they literally got this guy. So that's what we're about to witness right now and about to review.
Case that's been unresolved for the last 26 years now has a suspect. Today, SAPD arrested and charged 55-year-old Arthur Quinoga with sexual assault of a child. Police say his DNA matched that of a sexual assault case from 1998. KENS 5 reporter Meredith Haas has a story.
1998 was a different time. Technology wasn't as accessible, but because of DNA evidence, this now 41-year-old victim has found justice.
We couldn't make the match until this year, 26 years later, but today we were able to effect an arrest.
A database full of DNA, including that of Arthur Quinoga, is what Sergeant Washington Moscoso says led to the 55-year-old's arrest.
At some point, between 1998 and today, there was evidence collected from the suspect, and then the match was made last month.
Police say the sexual assault happened July 21st, 1998. DNA evidence was taken from the then 15-year-old victim.
The suspect used a firearm to abduct the victim, threatened her with the firearm, and then sexually assaulted her.
On July 9th of this year, a warrant was executed to collect Quinoga's DNA.
On July 10th, the DNA sample was collected from the suspect and sent to the Bexar County Criminal Investigations Laboratory. And then the following day, on July 11th, the results came back from the crime lab confirming that this individual was the suspect in the case from 1998.
Quinoga has a record dating back to the 80s. And at the time of this arrest, he was on probation.
He's going to be charged with aggravated sexual assault of a child.
Again, Quinoga has been charged with sexual
And Christine, you were right about this. This is anything but an open and shut case. Usually when police are out with videos like this, they want you to help them try and find the suspect. Oh, they have the suspect all right, arrested, in custody until he bonded out in this case, but they really want your help to try a witness, to find that witness so he can put the suspect away. Here's why. Security video that shows the alleged sexual when the suspect comes up from behind and investigators say pinches the boy on his buttocks.
Victim reacted right away. The witness asked him, did something happen? Did he touch him? He said nodded yes. Then mom asked him, he nodded yes again. So he knew something happened.
Glendale police now out with this video hoping for your help. And here's the twist with this one. They're not looking to find a suspected sexual predator. He's already been arrested. ID'd as 36-year-old Fahad Lalazarian. He's already free on bail, but investigators really want to find this man sitting there with his cap on backwards. See him? He jumps right into action, becoming a key witness.
This witness did not hesitate to protect the child. He jumped up immediately. He saw exactly what happened. We need to hear that statement. We want to know exactly what that person saw because they can describe the crime better than the victim. The victim was minding their own business, and they felt what they felt, the touch.
The boy only felt the touch, but this witness saw exactly what happened, and that's why he is the key to this case, since the victim here is only still a child.
You put a child on the stand, think about the trauma about putting a child on the stand. We need to also have the victims to back up. We have the video, we have the victim, we want those witnesses as well.
And the conviction of this man could, as investigators say, take a suspected sexual predator off the streets, since the assault happened in broad daylight at this donut shop here on Glen Oaks Boulevard, happening right as the boy is standing right by his own mother. A brazen crime investigators think could happen again, and the only way to stop it is to shut it down with a conviction.
We want a conviction. If we can get our victim to make their statement, we can have our video. We want our witnesses to make that statement and make that conviction solid.
And now that is why they want a case closed on this one as soon as they can get it. Their concern is that when you look at that video and you see just how brazen it turned out to be when it happened, how it went down, their concern from the investigators is that it may have happened before to other victims, and they're really scared that it could happen to other young children unless they get that conviction ASAP. For now, we
we're collecting a lot of data. So we're collecting like the agent that's on the machine. There's actually a
chilling new details in the brutal sexual assault of a 13-year-old girl in New York City. Dramatic new video shows the moments a group of Good Samaritans helped nab that suspect. Authorities say the 25-year-old Ecuadorian migrant entered the U.S. illegally in 2021. He is expected to appear before a judge for the first time today. And this latest case, adding to the growing number of violent attacks and murders from suspects with similar backgrounds. Just this past week, police arresting an undocumented migrant in the death of Rachel Morin. DNA ultimately leading to his capture nearly a year after the mother of 5 was murdered. And earlier this year, Jose Ibarra, who crossed the border unlawfully in 2022, was charged with killing Laken Riley on the University of Georgia campus. So correspondent Caitlin Becker live for us outside the courthouse. Caitlin, and you have more on this recent case out of New York City.
Yeah, Nicole, Christian Inga is expected to be arraigned sometime after lunchtime today around 2 p.m. on a slew of really brutal charges. I mean, I want you to just kind of take a look at this list. First-degree rape.
We all just basically retaliated for the 13-year-old little girl because it's not right what he did to her.
Yeah, that was very disgusting. So we had to act accordingly. Point blank him raping somebody that just shouldn't be doing that, you know?
I mean, this Queens community absolutely came together to protect their own. 2 little girls were allegedly taken by this man in a park recently. They were allegedly, according to police, tied up with something like a shoelace. He had a machete or machete-type weapon, and one of those little girls, a 13-year-old, according to police and the DA, said that they were raped by this man, and he will be in court shortly, Nicole.
All right, so Caitlin, what more can you tell us about him specifically?
Well, we do know quite a bit about him, according to authorities.
Bro, you haven't noticed this? Like, it's a sign. Like, literally, the way they're doing these children, they're all tying them up. They're doing the same thing. They're all fucking savages, dude.
In 2021, once he crossed over, he was
Thanks
arrested,
a lot, Biden.
fingerprinted, his DNA was taken, and that's going to be key to this case, actually. That'll come up a little later once all the crime scene evidence is processed. So they already have his information in the system. He was arrested. This is very typical when people come over the border, arrested, released, and awaiting his court date. He made his way up to New York. He crossed over with a 3-year-old child. This was several years ago, and according to the police, he does have a 6-year-old child currently, so that would kind of track there. Now, he doesn't have an arrest record or really criminal record, but he has had a few run-ins with the NYPD over the years. Just 3 times they only ended in summonses. There was also a domestic violence accusation that didn't end in an arrest, but he was kind of known to police at that point, which of course, as you said at the beginning of this whole segment, is following the string of crimes that we've been seeing. We have Rachel Morin, you had Laken Riley, and they're all following somewhat of a similar pattern, which speaks to the larger issue of the immigrant community and what it means when illegal immigrants come into this country and end up getting arrested. Nicole?
Yeah, absolutely. All right. As we know, though, more come in and are not arrested, but obviously things like this.
That is a really, really important point to put. This is not the norm. These are the exceptions to the rules.
Absolutely. All right. Caitlin Becker live for us there in New York City. Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.
When I weighed 300 pounds, I made a sacred commitment that I was going to lose the weight. I went to the gym 6 days a week, 90 minutes a day. 45 minutes of weights, 45 minutes of cardio, cut my calories, I cut my fat, and at the end of 18 months of this, 700
here on Live Now from Fox. Our next story, terrible in nature, and viewer discretion is advised. We are talking about a very, very sad story of an illegal immigrant that is accused of sexually assault. Bring in the latest here with Dana Marie McNichol with Fox News, helping us to break down this really terrible story. Dana Marie.
Good evening, Mike. It was a terrifying day for that Palm Beach County family. According to the sheriff's office, the man who sexually assaulted that 11-year-old girl was actually living in the same apartment complex of her. So I do want to show you that mugshot. We should have that of 20-year-old undocumented immigrant from Guatemala. His name is Marvin Perez Lopez. He's allegedly accused of snatching the girl from just outside of her home, forcing her into his van where he began sexually assaulting her. Now, according to the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office, this all went down. They say her mother spotted them inside the van and then began banging on the van door and shouting. Lopez then jumped out and ran away. He was arrested for multiple charges, including kidnapping, sexually assaulting a minor, and resisting an officer. Now, according to detectives, Lopez crossed illegally this January through Mexico and turned himself into Border Patrol. He was given an immigration court date in 2027 and then released into the U.S. He then made his way to Florida shortly thereafter. Now, we did hear from the sheriff's office, who says that he did confess to this crime and he's going to be tried for a capital crime before he even remotely will be able to be deported. That was those sheriff's department.
All right, an arrest has finally been made in the tragic murder of Maryland mom of 5, Rachel Morin, 10 months after her body was found naked and beaten on a remote hiking trail.
I just want to take this time to thank all of the law enforcement for all their hard work. They really did care about our family and my daughter, that they were going to work diligently to find the person that murdered her. And it's because of that that we have an arrest today.
Police arrested Victor Martinez Hernandez, a migrant who entered the country illegally in February 2023 after reportedly murdering a young woman in El Salvador. Randolph Rice is the attorney for Rachel Morin's family, and he joins me now. Randolph, good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us. We just heard from Rachel's mom there. How is the family doing, being left with so many questions for so long, finally getting answers, but ones that are very difficult to hear?
Yeah, I mean, right now they're just incredibly relieved that they caught this man. One, because obviously.
Here on Live Now from Fox. Our next story.
The Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office says a woman was forced into a car in this neighborhood. Neighbors say they're very surprised. Around Lake Osborne, bikers.
Right here, babe.
And neighbors picking up trash like Alyssa Suarez says it's usually as calm as the lake.
So it's a really quiet neighborhood. It's very peaceful.
She's one of many surprised after the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office arrested these 3 men. Spokesperson for the Sheriff's Office says all 3 are undocumented immigrants from Guatemala. They face various charges, but the Sheriff's Office says they forced a woman into a car, then committed sexual battery on her at 2 different locations before the woman escaped, then flagged a passerby nearby for help.
Sounds awful, and I hope she's okay, and that sounds scary. It's definitely not the norm here.
I didn't hear anything. No sirens, no screams, no nothing.
Lauren Thiessen says she never worries about her kids playing outside. She says she's now concerned.
I have children. I have a younger daughter. Myself, by myself, going for walks. It's just crazy.
Court records show one of the men, Andre Felipe Morales, was cited in January for not having a driver's license. The citation was noel prosse, meaning the state attorney abandoned the charges. Records show the state agreed to abandon prosecution if the defendant provided or showed proof of paying $100 and obtaining a driver's license. We reached out to the state attorney's office past 9 p.m. tonight about how
Tonight, a migrant has been charged with raping a 15-year-old disabled girl at a Rockland hotel. The case already sparking outcry from local leaders. WBZ's Brandon Truitt is live in Rockland with what was revealed in court today. Brandon.
Well, Chris, the state started booking out all of the rooms in this hotel last year as a part of its emergency assistance shelter program. And authorities have confirmed to us that both the victim and suspect in this case lived here.
I have a patron, I don't know if he's a manager or National Guard, on the 911 line, 850 Hingham Street. Going to be for the migrant section.
It was around 7 Wednesday night. Police records show a front desk worker called 911 reporting a 15-year-old disabled girl had been sexually assaulted.
Room 115. Meet the police. EMS response.
Police say they met the teenager in the lobby. Using multiple translators, she told authorities a man in the hotel brought her to his room to help her with an app on her tablet. Once there, he began having sex with her, the girl explained. According to the police report, the girl asked the man to leave her alone, but says that he wouldn't stop. She was ultimately taken to the hospital. Using a description of the man, police found their suspect in the room where the alleged rape happened. With enough evidence, police say they arrested 26-year-old Corey Alvarez. He was formally charged with rape of a child in Hingham District Court Thursday. Authorities say Alvarez moved here from Haiti and is part of the migrant system. Republican State Representative David DeCoste serves this district and says, "I'm absolutely appalled by the incident that took place in Rockland. Above all, my heartfelt sympathies extend to the young girl who has reportedly been subjected to."
One thing I would love to say to all the staff at ACI is thank you, because you took someone that knew little to nothing and got me on the board being able to carry on conversations and spitball ideas.
Prosecutors say that suspect has a pattern of following women from train stations and attacking them from behind. And if released, they argue he would likely do it again. Students walking UIC's campus are on high alert after a woman was attacked and sexually assaulted near a busy CTA stop.
Well, that's very scary to hear.
There's a lot of walking to do here. And of course, most of our students are commuters.
Around 8 p.m. on Saturday, March 16th, UIC police say Venezuelan migrant Elvis Jesus Hernandez Pernalete, who also goes by Luis Guevara, followed a woman from the UIC Halsted Blue Line station and, according to court documents, wrapped one arm around her neck and another around her torso. He allegedly physically and sexually assaulted her, stole her belongings, and ran.
Yeah, so here's the incident.
The victim was not a UIC student or staff member, but the assault prompted a campus-wide alert.
We have individuals in our city who are not completely vetted. We don't know their criminal history. We don't know what they're capable of.
Alderman Ray Lopez has been an advocate for adding so-called carve-outs to the sanctuary city policy that would hold asylum seekers who commit crimes accountable.
I know that there are individuals who undoubtedly are here trying for a new life, trying for something better. But at the same time, we have to address those who are just here to cause a ruckus.
And in this case, court documents reveal Pernalete didn't stop with the UIC attack, instead following a second woman from a train station and attacking her too. He's been charged with criminal sexual abuse.
Just into our newsroom tonight, a man is behind bars and faces a felony charge in the death of a woman from Grand Rapids.
Yeah, it's after 25-year-old Ruby Garcia was found dead on US 131 over the weekend. Police say she was shot multiple times. Now we're also learning a lot about the suspect in this case. 25-year-old Brandon Ortiz Vita. News Channel 3's Autumn Pitcher joins us from Grand Rapids. And Autumn, police telling you that the suspect wasn't supposed to be in the U.S.
Yes, that's right. Brandon was a Mexican citizen who was in the United States illegally. That's according to federal agencies. Now, he was removed by an immigration judge back in 2020, and it is currently unknown how or while riding in the car with Ortiz Vita. Her body found late Friday night, just before midnight on US 131 near Leonard Street. Ortiz Vita was charged today with felony murder, open murder, carjacking, carrying a concealed weapon, and felony firearm. Police say the two had a romantic relationship and domestic violence played a role. On Sunday, he was booked in.
Also tonight, a sting operation leading to the arrest of a suspected scammer accused of trying to trick a woman into draining her bank account.
And we learned today there is a lot more beneath the surface here. 13 WHEM's Jackie Napier spoke with police about the arrest and why the suspect was already known to law enforcement in another state. Jackie?
Good evening, Matt and Karen. Harpreet Singh was arrested in November 2023 after illegally crossing the Mexican border into Arizona. Just last week, Gates police arrested Singh after he allegedly scammed a woman and came to her Gates home to collect money.
They have you hook, line, and sinker, and then they try and get as much or exploit you as much as they can.
Gates Police Chief Robert Long says a local woman.
A Southeast Side family is mourning the loss of a 14-year-old boy who was gunned down in front of his home. This happened on South Midman Street just after 11:30 Monday night. KENS 5's Simone Simpson went to the neighborhood to learn more.
Another 14-year-old boy's life was cut short, a victim of gun violence. This shooting happened just before midnight on the Southeast Side Monday night. A neighbor says she can still hear the screams of a family member who found his body.
I've been thinking about it all night.
The scene Monday night on South Midman Street was a grim one.
All of a sudden, I heard, it was probably like 5 big shots that it just echoed throughout the whole house. And then we heard 2 more really quick.
This is what neighbors saw after hearing those gunshots ring out. SAPD says officers were called to South Midman Street just before midnight, where they found the 14-year-old boy lying on the street in front of his home.
And I could just hear, his sister screaming, and it's just, I could still hear that. It's just traumatizing.
According to San Antonio police, family members heard a vehicle leaving from the scene shortly after the gunfire, but were not able to identify the vehicle. The victim had multiple gunshot wounds to his head and upper torso.
I'm a mom. I have 2 young boys. I can't imagine waking up in the morning without one of them.
The victim, who has been identified as Timothy Chavez, was pronounced dead by EMS, who arrived on the scene. SAPD says there were no witnesses to the shooting and there are no suspects that have been located at this time.
We're very sorry, and neighbor to neighbor, we're here for them.
The 14-year-old boy was killed just a day shy of his 15th birthday. Reporting on the Southeast Side, Simone Simpson, KENS 5.
Looking to plan a Disney vacation without breaking the bank?
Discover how to save thousands with DVC Rental Store. Save up to 65% on deluxe Disney resorts compared.
And we have new details on last night's deadly shooting on the southeast side. Police say a teen was gunned down just steps from his own home. This comes nearly 2 weeks after another teen was killed in a similar way. Hens 5, Sarah Duran has the details on this latest shooting and where the investigation sits with the other.
The medical examiner identified the victim as 14-year-old Timothy Chavez. Police say he was shot and killed last night outside of his home on South Mittman Street. This was the...
What makes KENS 5 News?
Jack Black's comedy rock band Tenacious D has canceled its tour after a comment made by band member Kyle Gass about the assassination attempt. Video posted on social media from the band's concert in Sydney showed Black presenting Gass with a birthday cake on stage and telling him to make a wish. Gass responded saying, quote, "Don't miss Trump next time." An Australian lawmaker then called for the band to be deported. In his statement, Black said he would never condone hate speech or encourage political violence in any form.
Of their Australian tour after making a joke about the shooting of the former US President Donald Trump. Band member Kyle Gass made the joke while on stage in Sydney on Sunday. Here it was.
Make a wish, Kate. Oh my God. Don't miss Trump next time.
Well, Jack Black has announced that he feels it is inappropriate to continue the rock duo's tour. He said on Instagram last night, "I was blindsided by what was said at the show on Sunday. I would never condone hate speech or encourage police."
Bad Baby just posted and deleted horrendous photos and videos of her allegedly being by her estranged boyfriend and father of her child, Levon.
This is really disturbing footage.
So we knew that there was some type of tension in the relationship. We didn't know the severity of it, and I think that this video, when she posted it on Sunday, everybody was kind of like, what the?
Bad Baby is staying with her ex even though she exposed him for getting violent and even shared video footage on social media. Bad Baby says it's easier said to leave him than it is done. Despite posting horrendous injuries inflicted by the father of her child and even expressing concern for her and her baby's safety, she's still keeping him around. So let's get into it. So Bad Baby, also known as Danielle Bregoli, also known as the Cash Me Outside girl from Dr. Phil, is really going through it right now. I feel really bad for Bad Baby because we've talked about her before on my channel. She opened up about her experiences with the troubled teen industry, which is when they take a troubled teen, they send them out to the wilderness, force them into hard labor, abuse them, and expect them to become better people. And I thought maybe Bad Baby would have an easier life after that, her Dr. Phil fame, her music career, but no, now she's stuck in a toxic relationship. I want to give you guys a trigger warning because this is one of the worst relationships we've covered on this channel in a while. You guys know we always stand with victims of DV, and Bad Baby posted a graphic video of herself allegedly being harmed by her ex-boyfriend and the father of her child, Levon. Bad Baby exposed her ex on her social media and decided to delete it, but it wasn't before people got screen recordings. Fans circulated screen recordings online after the videos were deleted from her Instagram story. And of course, people ran to the comments to express their concern and to tell Bad Baby to get away from Levon. In a grainy surveillance video, you could see Danielle and Levon getting into it outside of a home. The screen recording has a time stamp and it's noted as 4:30 in the morning. I can't imagine anything good going on after midnight. So this happening at 4:30 in the morning makes sense. I just question like where's the baby? Who's taking care of the baby? I mean, at this time of night, I am fast asleep. But in this video, you can see Danielle was thrown to the ground. Keep in mind, I mean, no woman should ever be
The gray area between hacker hunter is not as gray as it used to
be thrown around. But when I think about like Bad Baby, she is so tiny, so small. I mean, that could do a lot of damage. So the video footage captured Danielle being forcibly slammed to the ground by Levon. And in another video, you can see him then pushing Danielle again to the ground and then shoving her with his knee, which sounds really violent. I just like it breaks my heart because I can't imagine being in a relationship with someone who wants to inflict pain. That is like a mental illness I feel like we still haven't even fully uncovered yet. Like someone who could love something but then want to harm it. Now we do have this footage, so let's go ahead and play a little bit of it together. It is hard to watch. It's also hard to make out because it is pretty grainy. In this first clip, you could see that Danielle is clearly being shoved to the ground and it seems really aggressive. I mean, she flies to the ground. In a second clip, you get that view of him then shoving his knee into her. I want to play that again because it all goes very quickly, but he's like throwing her to the ground, pushing her, kneeing her. I mean, this is just really sick. It makes me wonder if Bad Baby has support in her life to stop this, to tell this guy no, and to get his hands off of her. I mean, if I was there, I would be square it up. Like, ooh. I'm getting hot. I'm getting riled up because like I just as a man, I like
man. Sloan will throw them hands with that fool.
Like, a woman,
Sloan will kill that fool.
I am jumping on it. I can't even imagine myself fighting. Can you guys imagine? I just know I'll go crazy. Like it's not gonna be like a little punch. It's gonna be like a biting, flesh chewing. Oh my gosh, I can't. But you know, I would go really hard for any person who's in that situation. It just makes me really upset. I think anyone who's like experienced anything like this too can relate. Just like it's triggering, it's upsetting, it shouldn't be happening. And whether you like Bad Baby or not, she does not deserve it. I mean, she's got a little daughter to live for, please. Bad Baby claimed that she and Levon are estranged and that he was trying to take custody of their infant. Callie Love is her name. Also, why does this man who's like in his early 20s want to have full custody of this infant? So Bad Baby has tons of money, tons of resources, a mom who I believe is somewhat present now.
He's 32.
Made amends. Why does this kid want to take the baby away from her? Unless he just wants to put her through stress, put her through pain. I mean, I just know that the kid does, like, he's not going to want to raise this kid all on his own. She said, say whatever you want, but trying to take my baby is crazy. She also shared images of injuries to her face, including a swollen and bruised eye. It's unclear if the injuries were from the incidents in the video, but you could assume that they are because of how she's sharing them. Now we're going to blur these pictures, but as you guys can see, I mean, even through the blur, they are really disturbing. I mean, this alone should be evidence so that someone can get charged. Again, like, she's a mom. Imagine having a baby with someone and then like seeing the mother of your baby like breastfeeding the kid or taking care of the kid all swollen up and beat up. Like, that is just such a terrible image. I'm thinking in my mind, I cannot even imagine getting to that point. He needs to be in jail. This is interesting. Okay, so in a screenshot, Danielle reportedly wrote that she and Levon, who's also an entertainer, which I'm like, okay, what is it? What the hell have you done, Levon? But they had not been together since May. She later added that she loves Levon more than I love myself and urged him to seek help. So Bad Baby is kind of like on his side still, which is like something we see happen time and time again when people are in these like abusive relationships. Danielle wrote, it's honestly really sad, but unfortunately this is real life and I know the easy way out is to leave, and that's better said than done. This doesn't happen this extreme often, but Levon definitely has a problem. He's going to get the help he needs. Right now, there's no room for mistakes, and he knows that. That quote from Danielle is so scary to me because she is just mentally not in a great place. She's got a little kid to live for. She clearly doesn't love herself enough because she says she loves him, this guy who's inflicting pain, which I think it's interesting too. She's trying to backtrack a little bit and clarify that this doesn't happen that often or this extreme. Hold up, girly girl. It shouldn't happen ever to begin with. Danielle said that those who are there for her, who are supportive of her, will support her decision to stay with Levon no matter what she chooses to do, I guess. She says, my point in sharing this wasn't to attack him. It was for him to see what he does is wrong and to take accountability and to make real change. So She was trying to punish him and shame him within the relationship to kind of beat him down using her platform so that he could feel as beat down as she does, even though that's not even like comparable, so that he could like learn this lesson. And honestly, that's not something that she should be responsible to teach him. The police should teach him that. Despite Bhad Bhabie trying to clean up this mess, many have reposted the footage online and claiming that this is horrendous abuse and that this man should be held accountable, describing his actions as vile and disgusting. Users on Twitter encouraged Bhad Bhabie to get a restraining order against Lavon to ensure her and her daughter's safety, which I think that's a great plan. I think that's something we could have done yesterday or the day before. I mean, at this point, Danielle, even if you do really love him, I mean, he does not love you the way you should be loved, and he definitely doesn't love your daughter the way that she should be loved. I mean, to treat her mother this way. So, yeah, I would get out of it. But people don't like Bhad Bhabie. They really don't. I mean, ever since the Cash Me Outside, Dr. Phil thing, there are some people who are so nasty and others who kind of like suggest that she like deserves this. It's really appalling. This person writes all those checks she was writing and now they're being cashed outside. Another person wrote, based on everything I've seen, she probably deserved it. This guy Royce wrote, she wanted that life, finally was caught outside. And then again, this person wrote, guess he cashed her outside. Those comments are not acceptable. I hope I don't see any of you guys out here commenting those kind of things, because like the cash me outside joke was like something she made when she was a minor about fighting people outside, and to bring that up in reference to her being DV'd outside by this man who she has a kid with, it's a different experience. Please don't compare. Despite the hate, there are some people who are defending her. One person wrote, she just had her baby. It's so scary to think that men can switch up so fast after they get everything they want. Another person wrote, crazy how women are making jokes about women being abused. I don't care for her much, but she's still a woman. A